Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dicing with Death, the show where Ryan plays an undead, evil, dwarven cleric fighter who is hell bent on discovering how he can undead himself.
That sums it up. How
That
many
sums it up.
how many different descriptors can one character have?
So many. So many. Um, let's
So
see.
how are you doing today, Neil?
I am doing pretty well. How about yourself?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Beautiful spring morning,
Mm
afternoon, whatever time it is. Some ungodly
hmm.
hour.
Yeah. All right,
All right.
so let's see where we are. Here we go. You
Yeah, it's
started
been a
out,
few weeks since we played, so we got a lot of recapping to do.
yeah, you started out here in the cooling sands. And you
Yep.
heard about this the lower rift up here, where people's souls go when they die. And so you're on your way to the lower rift in order to try and find your soul and keep it from getting away from you. And I think we left you off in Burson, where you hired a guide to take you through the
Yes,
woods.
Flatfoot. Do we have a character sheet for him or anything, or
Nope.
no? All right, we'll just wing it.
He is a level 0 um, guide. So
Okay, but I assume he has uh, I don't even know, tracking or survival skills or something like that.
yeah, he says he knows the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Yeah. We can skip. I don't know. There's a lot of shit that's happened, but watch the VODs or go back and skim through the what's that show you do? Whatever show you do where you summarize the VODs in
the
five
weekly
minutes.
reroll.
That one right there.
There you go. You can find those on youtube.com/Covey0. Anyway, let's hop right into game. Enough plugging.
Sounds good.
So you are in Burson. You've got Flatfoot with you. I'm glad you remembered
Yeah.
his name because I had totally forgotten it.
I believe we're actually just outside of Burson. He had some cabin in the woods or something, and
Yeah,
I met him out there like sometime after sundown.
yeah, yeah. I think it was by an old barn.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And he said, let's set out at once. So let's set
So
out at once.
you guys set out. You start immediately going through the woods. And there are a lot of woods to be gone through.
Indeed. What's the scale on this map? Do you have any?
There's no real scale. Most towns are about a day apart by foot,
Okay.
but that's on a road. So traveling through the woods, it's going to be much
So it's looking like
slower.
it's probably about 100 miles to the lower rift or so. In fact, I will ask Flatfoot how far it is.
Well, he says, take us about 6, 7, 8, 9. It'll take us about 10 days to get there ish.
Okay.
Then again, you are a little bit on the short side, so it might take us closer to 12 or 13 if your legs don't move as fast as mine.
My legs move plenty fast.
Whatever you say, boss.
So I'm jogging at movement speed 8.
Okay.
So not quite
Um,
plenty fast, but
yeah,
fast enough.
fast enough. Um, so you guys
So
set off through the woods.
yeah, I'll probably make some small talk with Flatfoot, but you can decide if you want to throw some encounters at us first or what.
No, Make your
And
make your small talk.
all right. So Flatfoot, I hear you are an ex-ranger from Atrilla. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. Used to be a ranger out those parts, and decided one day I don't want to do any of that shit no more. So here I am.
I take it that you're a religious man.
No.
No. What are you
Well, I
doing?
mean, we all worship the gods in some way, but I don't really have any particular affinity for any one god, or really go out of my way to get them.
Then how did you end up working in Atrilla? Aren't
Excuse
they a
me.
bunch of Bible bashing Martha worshippers out there?
I mean, some of them are, but not everyone. You can't really categorize entire people like that, you know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Also, I left that place partially due to some of the more fanatical branches of the government, and he proceeds to set in on this semi-racist like anti-government spiel.
What's
And it,
racist about it?
I guess maybe racist isn't the right way, but there's some sort of phobia involved here where he's just like, and those people will do this to you, and if you're not careful, they'll steal all your money and put it into their damn, religious funds, and he,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. There's probably a few moments where I'm like, yeah, that sounds right, and then he goes off and gets a little bit wacko.
yeah, he seems to like to talk, not necessarily to have a conversation.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to get out of him?
That's probably it for now. Are the Rangers like employed by like for some reason I got the impression that he had like worked for the city of Atrilla.
Yes, he was
Like
in their military as
okay,
a scout.
so okay, that's what I heard. Scout,
Yeah,
which implied some sort of military organization,
yeah, yeah.
which is why I was concerned he would be fanatical Martha worshiper. But
No.
no worries.
Have you already paid him? You already paid
I
him.
paid him half. So he asked for 60. I gave him 30 and told him he would get the other 30 at the lower rift, or
Yeah.
if I died along the way, he could take what was his due.
Yeah. Um. So as you guys are walking, he's like, "Well, this is a dangerous journey, and some things we can deal with on ourselves. Other things we might have to run from. Other things we might just have to hide from. It's not an easy journey. I've taken people that have gotten about halfway before they died, due to a bear, due to a ogre or something in these woods. Now I can take care of myself. I can blend in with them shadows and hide around them trees and stuff. But you, well, let's just put it this way: if some monster comes to eat us, and I'm taking cover somewhere, you go find your own cover. All right, or you outrun that sucker, cause well, every man for himself.
Yeah, okay.
Good. So you guys are walking, and on the second day of your journey, uh, give me a perception check.
My perception is 13. Oh, no, 10.
Oh, shit.
28.
28. Okay. Well, then I guess you see this. You see this bear that is like climbing up a tree, or like hold. It's got its front paws against a tree, and it's like shaking the tree. And you see up in the tree, you got a 28. Yeah, you see up in the tree that there is a similar bear on a branch up there as well.
All right. I pointed out to Flatfoot and sort of suggests that we give it a wide berth.
And he's like, "Yeah, I think those are brown bears. You can tell by the hump on the back. You best give them
We had
some
quite a
room."
discussion about bear genealogy at some point
Yes,
in
yes.
our younger days.
Many discussions about.
It's a bear and it's brown.
No, it's a black bear. Brown bears don't live here. No, I'm just saying the bear was brown. No, it was a black bear.
All right.
Good
So
days.
we skirt around. I ready my maul.
All right.
Try to avoid engagement. You said the second day,
Yeah, this is the second day.
so I would have had a chance to memorize spells.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd cast my aid, so I will replenish that.
Okay, so it has been recast,
Rememorized,
rememorized. Okay.
not cast. And I assume Flatfoot slept through the day. Oh, why don't we deal with the bears and then we'll talk
We'll
about
deal with the bears.
logistics.
Okay. It looks like the two of you successfully, you know, retreat back without the bears noticing you and proceed to circle strafe them.
All right.
And you actually pass the bear encounter with no problems. Most unfortunate. You continue on your journey.
There can be more
Damn it.
bears.
There can be more bears, but the dice were not my favor today. They rolled really low on their surprise.
So I assume that we are sleeping during the day. considering we set out at night, or what has Flatfoot been doing? I'll pretend that whatever schedule he seems to set is normal,
Um,
and not let my strange nature be too obvious.
you guys
Although,
did set out at night, but you guys travel the first night and most of the first day, and then you rest.
okay,
So you do travel by day, sleep at night.
okay, we just set out under cover of darkness for whatever reason.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I guess that's fine. We'll travel
Okay.
during the day, and I'll just bear it.
So I take it then you're just keeping watch all night every night.
Yes. Aside from an occasional meditation session to get spells or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I will. It's -2 to hit and -2 to AC if I have to fight during the day.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
Guess I shouldn't have reminded you.
Yeah. Well, someone would have caught it at some point and bitched at us. So. All right. The next. Oh, no. 2 more days down the road. Give me another perception check.
24.
That's a tie. I guess in the event of tie, you guys spot each other at the same time. So you're walking along. You guys are marching through the forest, and Flatfoot's going off on another one of his rants about the government and how they're trying to take all your tax dollars and how there's no principle, there's no basis for them to even tax you.
Right. Eventually, I'll get fed up with this, and we can have I can give him a piece of my mind, but I don't think now is the time.
No. So he's doing his normal Flatfoot thing when you guys just happen to glance across the forest, and you see a pack of 7 centaurs.
I mean, awkwardly lock eyes at the same instant.
Yeah, they're one lead's looking back over his shoulder, and the blah blah, and you guys look at each other, and he's like, huh, puts his hand up, and
The centaur does, or does Flatfoot seem to
the
react?
centaur does. You see the centaur before Flatfoot does. He's in the middle of chatting with you.
I say, shut up, and I point to the centaurs and sort of loosen up my maul on my shoulder,
Okay.
but don't necessarily aggressively draw it unless I see the centaurs.
You see that they all have bows on their backs, and I guess a quarter of them have bows on their backs, and the other half have clubs. Kind of like around. I guess they have a belt around their human waist / horse neck that these clubs are hanging from. There's like a thong on the club. And they spot you and you spot them.
For the record, I've got my jewel encrusted club wrapped in silk, so it's not entirely obvious what it is.
Okay.
I'm probably sticking out of my backpack or something, but so
Okay.
the jewels aren't bling bling. Look at me, I'm rich.
The centaurs slowly start approaching you, and one of them.
I whisper to Flatfoot as we're walking towards them. Are they friend or foe?
He says, depends on the centaur. And one of them shouts out, "Do you speak Elven?"
I don't think so. No, common dwarven or hobgoblin.
Okay, one of them shouts out at you guys in something in Elven.
Mm-hmm.
And Flatfoot looks at you and says, "You speak Elven?"
I shake my head. Shout back. Do you speak the common tongue? And
They kind of stamp their hooves a little bit. And
Or-
the first one in the lead just kind of frowns and gives you a little bit of a grimace. The 3 with bows get their bows out. They don't draw them, but they put their bows off, get their bows off their back and keep them in their hands.
I sort of put a hand up, hopefully indicating we mean no harm.
Okay. The first one gets a little bit closer to you guys. You're now 30 feet apart. And he says, "In the most broken common you've ever heard. Forest, why?"
I look to Flatfoot. He's letting me take.
Of course he is.
Mm, camping.
He sniffs in the air a little bit. He looks
Out
you
for a
over.
walk. I just love the smell of the outdoors, don't you?
Um, the lead centaur, who does have a club,
Hmm.
uh, turns back and starts talking to his allies in Elven. Do you want to say or do anything while he does this?
No, no, I'll stand my ground. Not go for my weapons. Although yeah, let me know if they do anything aggressive.
Okay. Eventually, the lead centaur turns back to you and says, "Femel, femel,
Femel? I,
uh,
I said I
femel,
a female. I look around.
female, femel, female."
I, are any of the centaurs female?
No.
I shake my no, no. You want
He seems to be upset by this and starts yelling loudly in Elven.
to? um, is he still near me and he's yelling back to his group?
I mean, they're all kind of near you.
Okay.
He's closest to you.
Yeah. I ask, are these your woods? Your trees?
He doesn't seem to understand.
Okay. I will pull out.
Will you?
What are you laughing at? Are
You
they
said,
teaching-
"No, I'm laughing at Erin because like I'm gonna pull out," and she's like, "Will you?"
All right. I've got a bag on my waist with with blue quartz in it, some relatively low value gems, and I will pull that off of my waist.
Mm-hmm.
And like, does he make it like an obvious gesture that he sees me?
Oh yeah, they're
Doing-
watching you do
And
this.
then I'll pour them out into my hand in front of him, and then
The lead
gesture
one
as
walks
which
a
to
little bit
give.
closer. He gets to like range where he can see them well.
I say gift.
He puts out his hand,
Okay, I give him the 8 quartz.
takes
Yeah.
them and looks at them, and
I
smiles and
actually
nods.
I give him half and let him inspect as he did, and then I say safe passage. I say
You give him half.
don't hurt us.
How many is half?
4.
Okay.
I've still got the. I'm in. Yeah. So
I mean,
he's
he
inspect.
he looks at them, holds them up to the
I
light.
think they were worth 10 GP each,
Says a few words in Elven,
and
and points to the other half.
I nod.
Holds out his hand again.
Okay, I give him the rest.
Okay. He seems happy by this, and he shouts a few words in Elven, and he and his friends put their bows away, and they proceed to walk through the woods.
Okay.
Defeating all my encounters with non-violent means. Are you sure you're an evil cleric?
I am evil. I'm not stupid. Maybe 1 or 2 centaurs, sure, but 7 with bows.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 0th level conspiracy theorist. It's my only ally.
Yeah. 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 So that's all that happens. That's 4 days into your trip.
Okay.
The 5th day into your trip, where'd they go? A lot of encounters. It's crazy woodlands. All sorts of weird shit goes on here. The 5th day during your trip, you guys, well, that night, you are hanging out, making camp. There's a little fire going, which you gain, you feel the heat, but you gain no warmth from it. Your body is still kind of just cold and sad.
Okay. Even at night?
Yeah, you're still cold at night. I mean, you don't really mind since you're undead, but
I mean, like, so you said I got sort of cold and depressed hanging out in the sunlight. right? Like you had described one day, where I ran through the day
Hmm.
and I wound up like cold and sweaty and feeling gross, even though it was a
Yeah,
nice
it
hot
was
day.
like a cold sweat. It was the
Yeah.
like uncomfortable,
So, but I'm still
sickly
that sort of
feeling.
uncomfortable
No, no, no,
when
no.
night falls.
No, you're. I mean, you're undead. You have no body warmth. Your body's always on the cold side. That was like like you know how when you're really sick and you have like
Yeah.
you're hot but you're sweating and cold all at the same time. It's really
Mhm.
fucking annoying. That's how you felt after running through the day for a full day, which I
Yeah.
guess is kind of how you've been feeling lately.
Yeah. That's what I
Although
thought you were
it's
describing.
it's better in the woods because they've got the trees give you a lot of shade.
Shade. Yeah.
Um,
All right.
anyway, so you're chilling at night. Um, and
I don't even eat. Never mind. It doesn't matter that I don't have any food. Does Flatfoot have his own rations?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
But I'm sure he's probably noticing by now that I'm quite peculiar. Although
he
maybe he's
hasn't
never really met a dwarf, so
he hasn't mentioned anything to that effect
okay.
yet.
Okay.
And give me another perception check.
Ew, not so good. 13.
Not so good this time. Okay, so you are sitting by the fire, just kind of waiting and passing time idly because time has no more meaning for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when um, out of the darkness. The fuck do they use? When two spears come flinging out of the darkness towards you. Uh, what's your
How
armor class?
how far after daylight or after day is this? Like how long have we been in camp?
4 hours. It's well into the
So
night.
so I'm probably not wearing my armor.
That's your call to make.
I mean, I'd love to be wearing my armor, but I would imagine that I probably take it off when we're at camp to
Okay.
stretch.
All right. So just
So
10.
yeah, I'll yeah. Let's be realistic here. I'll take
Okay.
I've got 10 AC.
All right. One spear barely hits you then.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, so that was they
yeah,
rolled poorly.
roll fully for a single point of damage.
I laugh as I get to my feet, and grab my bejeweled mace,
Okay.
club, whatever.
You do have infravision, so you look out into the darkness and you see the shapes of three figures. They look semi-goblinoid, but they're about 7 feet tall. Um,
Okay.
they're dressed in furs and have long, flowing red capes behind them.
Swag. All right. I'm going to cast an aid spell this round. So let's roll for initiative.
Yes, sir.
Um, I need to look at weapon speed of that.
Okay. These creatures are fairly evenly spaced in a triangle around you.
You said 3, right?
3, yes.
All right. Weapon speed 9. And then I'm gonna try communicating with them.
Okay.
Um,
You actually go first.
Okay, so my aid spell goes off. It's D8 temporary HP, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it lasts for 2, 3, 4 rounds. Alright. Where are D8? 8!
Nice.
Nice. Alright, and I will say, I'll try an orc. I say, who goes there? As I start stepping away from the fire towards them.
Mm. There is no response,
Okay.
but the three creatures move to close. You see two of them have spears, and the third one has a mace.
Okay.
And they close. So one of them, you can position yourself so you've got two in front, but then one's going to be directly behind you.
Yeah, if they're advancing towards me, I'll back towards the fire then.
Okay.
so, so that they can only get,
Yeah,
I guess,
but
two
even so,
flanks or
then
something like that.
yeah, then you can get there'll be 2 flanks and a front, no
Okay.
matter how you face.
Does Flatfoot look like he's waking up?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure after this round he will be waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, that's a flank attack. So the one with the mace crits you, and one of the guys with the spear hits you. Spear hit is 5 damage. What's mace damage? D6 plus 1?
I think so.
I think so too. Anyway, you want to make a save versus death while I look up the damage?
Yeah. I only get +1 on. Fuck! Critical fail. Let me roll a second one.
Yeah.
That's a pass.
Mace.
Um,
Yeah, D6 plus 1.
While we're at it, we never really established what my weapon is.
Your bejeweled
What?
club.
Yeah.
It's a club.
So does it fight as a club? You were calling it like a war club. I don't know. We never really. So should I just use club stats?
It does have the things on the spikes. +1 to damage on it from the like jewel that sticks out. It's like a kind of a spiked club.
So just use a club weapon speed, but give it +1. I like war club. I think it does D6 plus 1, D6, and it's slower than a club. And then there's mace, which I don't know.
Where's my combat tactics? Where are you hiding? There we go. From the club, you take 3 and 4, 7 damage.
So 7 plus how much from the spear? 5?
5. Yeah.
5 plus 7 is 12, so that's 8, so 4. On top of that. And can you roll how
And-
badly you bashed my head in?
Yep. 10 for location is a 4, which is your left leg. And dwarves are actually technically sized medium, which is most unfortunate. So 2d4 for severity, which is 6. Foot broken, 1/2 movement.
Motherfucker. No bleeding or anything like that?
No
though?
bleeding, just half move. Foot broken. Oh, everything's so snotty. Ugh. Okay. I think that's it for that round.
All right.
Okay, initiative.
Yeah. So did we decide just a club with a bonus to damage, or
Yes, I think it's. Let me just double check the stats of War Club.
war club? I think is D6 plus 1, D6, and then it's got a much slower attack speed.
Why is the attack speed so much slower on a War Club?
I don't know, to make it different. We all know the weapon stats are quite arbitrary.
Yeah. Yeah, War Club is a lot slower. It's D6 plus 1 slash D4 plus 1.
Okay.
But
Is
a normal
it-
club is D6 slash D3, so. And it is
Is it-
slower.
Yeah, speed 7 though, right? It's medium though, right?
Yeah, yeah. But a club is medium as well. Just treat it as a club that is +1 to hit. Yeah.
So +1
Or
non-magical
+1
to
damage.
hit, and then
Yeah,
so +1 non-magical to damage, and then magical.
yeah.
Yeah, yada yada. Okay.
Initiative
initiative.
rolls.
8.
Okay. At this point in time, Flatfoot wakes up and gets to his, and you notice him getting up. But
Okay.
where's his initiative in here? Oh,
So
he
now
goes
that they've
first.
stepped into the firelight, I don't recognize them as orcs,
You recognize
half-orcs,
them as
goblins.
bugbears.
Bugbears. Okay.
All right, Flatfoot goes first. He's on the other side of the fire from you, and he like gets his head up, and then he just starts crawling quietly away.
Fucking Flatfoot.
He warned you.
I shout, not addressing him or looking towards him. I say, I shout, Flatfoot, don't go too far. I'm going to need your help once this battle's over. All right. So do I go before the bugbears?
No, you rolled an 8 total.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the spear guy goes first. He is on your flank and he goes to stab you. Rolls. I guess you have AC 10, right?
Yeah, unless they get AC penalty, or unless I get an AC bonus. But I think that's
No.
Ogre, Troll, Ogre, Mage, Giant, Titan. Unless it says
No.
something in the bugbears. No.
No. All right. He hits you for 4.
God.
And then it is your turn.
All right. RD20 plus 1 for level plus 1 for bless, and then probably. And. Okay, 14 plus magic bonus.
That is a hit.
And they are
Yes.
size large,
They are
correct?
size large.
So RD4, or no, D3. So we're using
D3
club
plus
plus
1
1,
plus magic.
plus 2 because I'm wielding it two-handed, and then plus magic.
Plus
So
2 because you're
5.
using it two-handed?
No,
Oh,
total.
okay, yeah.
So plus 1 for wielding it two-handed.
Okay.
5.
Okay. You strike the bugbear, and he takes a pretty hefty blow and staggers back a little bit, surprised that such a small dwarf could produce such power with his club.
I try hobgoblin at them. I say, I said, "Who are you?"
Um, you notice that they smile when you do this, and they go, "We are Blackfoot. We are here to kill you and take your money."
I think you'll find that more difficult than you imagined.
Little dwarf, these are
Let me
our
know when you've had
woods.
enough.
All right.
All right.
The other spear guy who's in front of you takes a stab, which you elegantly duck to the side. And the remaining mace guy tries to overhead bash you, but
I
it
thought there were
misses.
3.
Yeah. One spear guy went first, second spear guy, mace guy.
Okay. For some reason I thought 2 went before the battle, before I went. Whatever. Okay.
No.
How long does it take to switch weapons?
I mean, if you just drop the weapon to the ground and draw your weapon out, you can just do it. But it would be like drop to the ground, not put away.
Yeah. If I put it away, then it takes a full round.
Then I would say you lose your move. You can make an attack if you stand still, or you can make a move with a half
Okay.
move with no attack.
Okay. I will. Yeah. I'll stand my ground and switch weapons then.
Okay.
So I'll stick my club into my bag and then take the mace off my shoulder and take a swing.
Okay,
Next
it
round.
requires some fancy-footed movement to do this without being hit, but you managed to succeed, and you attack with your weapon?
Oh, it's initiative turn.
Oh, yeah,
That
initiative.
was my action for the round. So I'm switching to my maul.
Well, I was saying that if you can switch weapons and either make an attack or make a half move, but you can't get a full round of actions in.
Exactly. So I'm standing my ground and making an attack.
Okay.
The new weapon.
Oh, I see. Because
So
you already
giving up
made your
my
action that round.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I got...
Although I didn't move that round either. So that, I mean, I've been standing ground for 2 rounds. So giving up movement to switch
Yeah.
weapons.
Okay. Roll initiative then?
Okay. 5. 11.
All right, 11 spear initiative. You actually tie with the spear and the mace guy.
Okay.
So make your roll to hit. Spear misses. Mace hits. You take 4 from the mace.
15 to hit. Is the wounded guy still in melee?
Yes. 15 is a hit.
Okay. RD10 plus. No plus. 4.
Okay. You see the wounded guy grimace and start to limp backwards away from you, and he was the one who did not go.
Okay.
So next round, the wounded guy says to you in Hobgoblin,
11.
"That hurt, little man, but my friends will take care of you." And you go first.
Okay. Trying to remember how many rounds have level 3. So I had 4 rounds of aid. I've taken 1, 2, 3. This is the last round I have aid.
Okay.
Ouch. 10.
Does
Unless-
not. Your maul collides with his armored body, dealing no damage.
Okay.
And then guy with the spear. I don't know why my nose is so running today. The guy with the spear skewers you.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not adequate. For 1 damage, and the mace man also hits you for 3 damage.
Okay. All right. Rolling my second attack.
Yup.
It's the mace.
That's the mace.
16.
16 is a hit.
8 damage.
Okay. You notice the wounded guy has fallen back like 20 feet, but is still
Mhm.
staying and watching the battle.
Mhm.
Ooh.
It's initiative turn, isn't it? Or is someone
Yeah, no,
still...
I'm rolling HP for him. You
Okay.
hit the mace guy solidly in the chest,
Mhm.
really solidly, and he seems to not be too pleased about this. About what like
Who-
HP level are you at? Like half, quarter, three
Me?
fourths?
I'm
Yeah.
at half.
Okay.
Just, yeah, 1
I'm
point
just trying
below.
to get an idea of what how would they would see you.
I don't know if... I mean, do I bleed? I bleed regularly, right?
Yeah, you do.
Okay,
Give
so
me
I...
an initiative roll.
But they've been, like, pounding on me, and I'm only
They
at
have
half.
been. Yeah.
6, so I go first. Oh, that you say he's displeased with the fact that I smack him in the chest with a giant sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I don't understand in what situation you would be pleased about that.
No, he seems especially displeased. Like he's hurt. Like
Okay.
I don't want to say stunned, but he like has to step back a few feet
Yeah.
with the blow.
So he does
Um,
actually step out of melee reach.
I mean, no, he like stutters
Okay.
backwards from
All right.
the force of the blow.
So I assume there's no way they can go before me.
No, well, in theory they can, but they don't.
So I'll hit the mace guy again.
Hmm.
16.
Oh man, that's a hit.
8 damage.
All right,
Take him down.
your maul like breaks his ribs, and he
Mhm.
falls to the ground with a sharp inhalation of air. And
These
his
are my woods. I'm
uh,
gonna kill you and take all your monies.
the remaining spear guy starts to retreat slowly, spear in front of him.
I limp after him and realize I'm probably not gonna catch him.
Yeah, half movement rate for you.
I'll huck a club next round if he continues to back up.
Okay, yeah, the two remaining guys, one wounded, one unwounded, start to back up, and
Okay, so
they snarl at each other in Hobgoblin, which comprises of like lots of
so
like
they speak Hobgoblin
I'm
as
sorry,
their
no, I'm sorry,
normal
they
tongue.
speak.
Okay, something,
I
yeah,
meant
bugbear.
bugbear. Yeah, it's a combination of these crude grunts and gestures and snarls, which sounds really unintelligent. You know, they're like
Yeah.
at
Okay.
each other.
Right.
Um,
Are they
uh,
outright retreating or
they're
just?
slowly backing up. They're taking their
I'm gonna
time.
roll initiative to huck a club. So switch my maul to my left hand
Hmm.
and grab a club from my waist, just a regular club, not the fancy
Okay.
one. D10 plus 4. So a 13 if they aren't further than. How far are they at that point?
They're within range. The
Well,
the club hits one of them
I
and
haven't
falls to the
stopped.
ground.
What? I
Wait,
never
what?
rolled an attack roll.
That
That
wasn't
was
an
my
attack roll?
initiative.
Oh, that was an initiative. Okay, I thought that was your attack roll.
Although
Okay.
I'll take a hit for free if you.
No, I was gonna say it didn't hit, but
Okay.
you go first. I mean, they go first, but they're backing up slowly. They're still within short range.
14.
14 is a hit. The club
2
slams into their
damage to the
chest.
wounded one if he's closer, right? Or if he's close enough. Are they both next to
Yeah,
each other?
they're about next to each other. Um, the wounded one grunts and
It's more of a
drops to one
gesture
knee
of
temporarily before he gets back up. And then the non-wounded one points at your foot while snarling something.
yeah, I'm sort
They
of limping after them.
they smile
Getting
and
another club
hurl their
ready in my
spears
hand.
at you.
Oh, bastards. I shot Flatfoot, get your ass over here.
One spear hits you for 1 damage. Um, and they frown at this and snarl at each other some more. And, bugbear.
I don't think Spear has longer range than Club, right? I'm 10, 20, 30 yards is my
Yeah,
range.
yeah,
So I can still be within range.
yeah.
They're not like pulling back. All right. So initiative?
Initiative. Trying to figure out what they're doing.
8. I mean,
Mm,
roll a morale check or I'll keep.
yeah, no, I've already rolled their
They've got to
morale
be out of
checks.
spears, right?
Yeah, they're out of spears. They're actually out of weapons entirely. Um, so they start to split up and circle around you to get like on either end of you.
Mhm.
And yeah, so they rolled their initiative. Yeah, there's their initiative, and you rolled an 8. No, yes. You go first, actually. What do you do?
Throw in my other club.
You have a second club?
I have two clubs. Remember, I hired that guy to carve them for me.
I forgot about that. Okay.
Nice, well-balanced clubs for this exact purpose. Shit, 11.
All right. The club hurls through the air and smacks against his armor without doing any damage.
Okay. And I ready my maul, and if they try to engage.
Hmm. Okay. They don't try and engage, actually.
Okay.
One of them, the unwounded one, starts making farting noises at you with his face, and starts pointing and taunting you.
I start staggering towards the wounded one. Do I see what's his face?
Flatfoot?
Flatfoot.
Nope.
Fucking guy. All right.
As you turn away, because the wounded one is 180 degrees from the unwounded one, like on opposite sides of you.
Mhm.
As you start to turn, the other one yells at you in Hobgoblin and says, "Hey, dwarf, take a look at this!" And he lifts up his the furs around his waist. They're like a fur kilt, basically. He just like flashes you as junk and starts waving it at you with his other hand.
Sorry, I'm at half move,
Yes.
so I can jog at movement 6. Although in combat, that gives me.
That gives them a penalty.
I'm not encumbered without my armor on,
right,
so I'm moving at regular movement. So
but it gives you AC penalties.
Okay. All right. Can I make it to the? I guess I'll make my half move towards the wounded one, and then cast a cause light wounds on myself.
Okay, so you start limping towards the wounded one who is backing up as much as possible, and cast your cause light wounds.
4.
Okay.
Broken takes a lot more than just that, right?
Yeah, you need like a repair injury spell or something.
Really?
Yeah, something like that, I believe.
Not even a cure moderate.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Well, we can look after the battle.
Okay.
Okay, so the wounded one backs up as you do that. And the other one keeps yelling at you. "Hey, little dwarf, come here. Let me eat you." But they make no other actions.
Do they back away as I try to?
Yeah, the wounded one is backing away.
I sort of circle back. Then I stay within nearby the campsite.
Okay.
I'll collect my clubs, I guess, if I can find the first one that should have collided with a bugbear and dropped where he was. So
Yeah.
10
So
yards
you start
from the
moving
fire.
in that direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Initiative.
Should I just take my movement speed or sorry,
3 for size.
Yeah. 9.
Okay.
Although I've got my maul in hand in case I
Right.
get a chance.
So you can get to the club that you threw.
Okay.
And you notice that as you do that, one of the unwounded bugbear who was kind of circling with you makes a dart for one of the spears nearby that they had thrown at you and missed.
Okay.
And he picks it up. I know you've got information, so you can see the wounded one has also circled around to the other side of the campfire where a missed spear had just like landed afar.
Okay.
And they've picked up a spear each now.
Okay.
And initiative.
Can I throw my club that round? I mean, I didn't take any action. Whatever. Do you want to go to the next round?
Like running over to it, or limping over to it with a broken foot and picking it up is
7. Throw my club at the wounded one.
7 does go first.
Okay. Miss.
No, it sails over his head.
And I'm moving towards him as I do this.
Okay. They back up a little bit and hurl their spears. 2 hits, actually. Almost a crit. 1 off from a crit. And you take a combined damage of 9.
Okay. I keep the spears. Or rather, I don't pull them out if they stuck in me.
I mean, they graze you or stab you and fall to the ground.
Okay.
And
actually, yeah.
If
I can do it as a no action. I would chuck them in the fire, but I guess I'll just keep them.
Yeah.
Sticking out of me or whatever I can do.
At this, the larger wounded one says, You, you are strong, dwarf. You take many spear blows and still stand.
I say, yes, you would do wise to leave me alone. If I ever catch you, I'll bash your head in.
You must catch us first. We will see you again. And then he grunts and bugbear at his other guy, and the two of them turn their backs and flee into the woods.
Leaving the body of their comrade.
Yeah.
All right, I chuck the spears into the fire.
All right.
Limp over to collect my clubs.
You see Flatfoot start climbing down a tree.
Thanks for the help.
Well, I told you.
Does he have any weapons?
He's got a bow on his back.
He does have. I say, next time that happens, you shoot them with your bow.
Shoot him with my bow, they'll find me up in that tree.
You're useless.
I told you, best run from them enemies.
Corpse.
Only way to survive in the woods is to stay hidden. What them knights say? Discretion better part of valor, something like that. And at this point, this is a nice rounded spot for our first break.
Sure, works for me.
Works for me too. So we'll see you guys in 3 to 5 minutes, whatever. Bye bye.